Microwaves are pretty popular today. I mean, we all use it to warm foods and so on. But what if I told you that today we're going to be reviewing a special type of microwave that once charged, you can use it anywhere in your day-to-day activities? If you're wondering what microwave that is, that would be the special one, the iPhone XR. Okay. Before the XR users start dragging me in the comments, I apologize. I was joking. But if you want to get the if you want to get the iPhone XR in 2025, you would need 250,000 naira. And I highly doubt that you'll be getting that new. It would either be the UK used or refurbished here in Nigeria. And that is the first thing. So if you want to get the iPhone XR in 2025, you would need 250,000 naira. Now, is a phone that was made in September 2018, almost 6 years ago, still valid in 2025? Let's find out. Well, the iPhone XR was Apple's colorful option, seeing as it was available in black, red, coral, yellow, blue, and white. Well, whatever color you decide to get, except red, you have a glass front and a glass back with an aluminium frame, and it still feels somewhat premium today. I mean, the iPhone XR doesn't compete with the iPhone 16 or 17 in terms of design, but it still looks somewhat premium in 2025. But you will still notice that it is a bit thicker than newer iPhones. But guess what? That gives it way more durability than some other phones. I mean, the slimmer your phone, the less durable it is, to me. Anyways, it has an IP67 dust and water resistance rating. And before you go out and test it, if you own an iPhone XR or if you want to buy it, before you test it, remember, this phone was made 6 years ago. 6 years ago. So whatever they did to make it IP67 dust and water resistant must have probably gone. And for those that are buying UK used, please do not try it. But if you're stubborn and you want to test the limits of your iPhone XR, please go ahead. And if anything happens, you did not watch this video. Thank you very much. Anyways, the XR packs a 6.1-inch liquid retina LCD with a resolution of 828p. Now, by 2025 standards, it's not exactly the best phone out there. I mean, now we have OLED screens that are far better than the iPhone XR. But then again, Apple made the phone well, so the screen is still holding up today. I mean, as a daily phone, and I'm sure most of you use this phone as a daily phone, I guess. Never seen an XR being used as a secondary device, if you think about it. But anyways, the XR screen still holds up today. So YouTube, Netflix, and even social media looks fine. But the downside is the XR only offers 60 Hz refresh rate. Now, if you've been following me or if you're subscribed, that reminds me, subscribe. But if you've been following this channel, you would know that there are phones with 120 Hz, 60, and 90 Hz. So the XR offers the lowest of those three, and it's a phone made in 2018. So keep your expectations, minimal. But it is still seamless when it comes to scrolling or streaming. But these are all physical features, by the way. All we've talked about today are physical features. What about the performance under the hood? The iPhone XR has Apple A12 Bionic chip. And back in 2019, this was flagship level. It was really fast, really good. But now it's not so fast, but still holds its own in 2025. And that's the thing with Apple. They know how to keep their things running for quite a long time. I mean, there's some people still using iPhone 6 in 2025. If you want me to do a review on that, kindly leave a comment. But for now, let's go back to the iPhone XR. With the Apple A12 Bionic chip, the apps open quickly and lighter games run without issues. But here is a major problem. The iPhone XR no longer receives any major update at all. So the last update it got was the iOS 17. And for those that, follow Apple, we know there's iOS 18 and even now iOS 26. So you won't be getting either of this if you plan on getting the iPhone XR this year. or any year to be fair. Now for the gamers, the students, and those that love taking pictures, well, the iPhone XR only has three options for storage. You can get 64, 128, and 256 gigabytes of storage. But he only offers 3 gig RAM for all versions, and that to me is quite low because in 2025 we have 6, we have 4, we have 8, and here is a phone with 3 gig RAM. But keep in mind, phone was made in 2018, so once again, expectations minimal. The XL still runs smoothly without lag, like I said, on most things. But when you start playing games or when you take videos, you record videos for content creation, and you try to multitask with that, it starts to lag and it starts getting hot. Hence the microwave. But if you want to use this as a secondary device, I would recommend the XR because you have your main device to handle multitasking and all those, and the XR is just for certain tasks. Like for instance, some people use this phone as purely a content creation phone, and I'll tell you why in the next part. Now, like I said in the Samsung Note 10 Plus video, this video, if you've not watched it, please go watch that. But all of this would not matter if your phone dies at 40%. Yes, you watching this phone. Does your phone die at 40%? Does it just turn off once it goes under 50%? Anyways, the battery of the iPhone XR is a 2942 mAh non-removable lithium ion battery, which basically means in normal terms, for us to understand, it supports 15 watts wire charging, which is 50% in 30 minutes. But if your battery health is low, all of this will not matter because the health obviously is low, and the phone might still die in 30 minutes regardless of what Apple promised you. So if you want to buy the iPhone XR, this is an advice from me. If you want to buy the XR, make sure to look at the battery health. If your battery health is low, please do not buy that phone. You would suffer. But if your battery health is from like the 70 to 90 range, I think you'll still see XRs with a 90% battery health. Maybe UK used or something, but you would see. And 70 to 90 you can still manage. Anything under 70 for me is a no-go. So remember that when you want to buy the iPhone XR. Now this is just a random fact about the the iPhone XR. It's one of the first 3 phones to ever have Face ID. Now, the 3 phones were the iPhone X, the XX, and XR. And I would say for the XR, the Face ID is still very, very sharp. And regardless of where you are, if you try to open your phone, the Face ID would recognize you, whether you're in the dark or you're in the light or wherever you are, it would recognize you. So Apple did that well. Now, before I was talking about how you can use the iPhone XR solely for content creation, but you must be asking, why would I do that? Is the camera even good enough? So let's talk about cameras. The front camera is a 7 megapixel that records videos at 1080p 60 fps, and it takes pretty clear pictures. And for the main camera, it is a 12 megapixel wide camera that records 4K videos at either 24, 30, or 60 fps. And both cameras support HDR. So you can use the iPhone XR to start your content creation journey that you promised in January. And by the way, this is September if you've not noticed. So it's never too late. Buy your iPhone XR, start your content creation journey, and I would be your first fan. But anyways, you can also buy it as a secondary phone for only certain tasks. But as a daily driver or a daily phone in 2025, I would not advise it. Anyways, my opponents, I hope I have been able to convince you and not confuse you on why the iPhone XR is still valid in 2025. So tell me, if you're using the iPhone XR, how has it been? The battery health, is it still hot? I mean, it's a microwave, so is it so hot or is it normal level hot? Or is the phone not giving you any issues? I'd like to know. Tell me in the comments. But thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I would see you You, yes, you. I would see you in the next one.